Video games make a lot of money. Because of this, investors are investing more and more into the genre. With more investment means that there is an ever-growing pressure for games to make more and more money. So, companies are deploying many tactics to make games as profitable as possible. This is where our problem begins. Nostalgia is an excessively sentimental yearning for a past period. Or basically, nostalgia is that happy feeling you get when you see or experience something from your past.
Whoa.
Since starting this channel, I have been playing a lot of games that I used to play when I was younger, and nostalgia has been a huge part of this journey. Like when I replayed GTA 4 for a video, I got goosebumps when hearing this soundtrack. It reminded me of the days of when I used to play GTA 4 online, and I remember always coming to this spot to get the best car in the game, and I used to argue with my friend on who was going to get to drive it. The feeling of nostalgia I got from this one soundtrack was amazing, and companies are very aware of this. They know that we, the consumer, love nostalgia. This is why we always get sequels, prequels, remakes, reimagines, and remasters. And lately, I feel like a lot of games companies are cycling back to old content. Are they doing this for fan appreciation, or are they doing this for a soulless cash grab? To figure out what and why, let me take you back to a young Munjab's gaming career. Picture this, the year is 2009, the Black Eyed Peas were popular and Obama was president. I would spend my day looking forward to this sound. I know, not everyone was a PS3 fanboy, so your happy noise was probably this. But in 2009, there was one game that I could not wait to play every day. To this day, Modern Warfare 2 is one of my favourite Call of Duties ever created. I had Modern Warfare 2 before I had an internet connection, so I must have replayed the story 1,000 times, especially the Burger Shot mission. Using the Predator missile and sniping enemies from a rooftop was so much fun. And after beating the game, I remember spending hours in this museum just shooting Shepard over and over again.
Do not press.
But let's not forget about the most memorable mission, where Ghost was betrayed and a whole generation developed trust issues. Modern Warfare 2 was iconic, its multiplayer was a culture phenomenon. There was honestly no better feeling than loading up your PS3 or Xbox and seeing that party invite, and jumping on into Skid Row, Karachi and High Rise. It didn't matter if you were 8, 13, 26 or Snoop Dogg, you were probably in an MW2 lobby at some point, trying to hit 360s and screaming at your teammates with your $5 mic.
You watch, motherfucker!
Modern Warfare 2 also introduced me to YouTube. I remember watching hours of trick shot montages, trolling montages, and machinima funny videos. I loved this game because it had such an impact on my childhood. It was the start of my online gaming career, and I'd really give anything to relive these days. At the time, I didn't really like Black Ops. I preferred Modern Warfare 2, but I was an idiot. There was one thing about this game though that I absolutely loved. I loved the Zombies mode. Black Ops Zombies introduced me to the series, and I was hooked. I spent hours watching YouTubers like Syndicate, The Relaxing End, and Yoti Slayer. This eventually led to me building a gaming PC to play custom zombies, and this PC would replace all console gaming going forward. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Black Ops Zombies was so much fun. Me and a friend would play for hours on end to try and beat our highest round, just to go to bed and get up to do it all over again. Despite the simplistic game design, I never got bored. Every map was fantastic, and I distinctively remember being incredibly hyped for every single map pack they released for this game. The atmosphere of the maps were amazing, and each map was littered with Easter eggs and secrets. And man, the Easter eggs, they were so tough for 12-year-old me. I remember playing Zombies and having a YouTube guide open on my phone. But when we played, there was only 2 or 3 of us in a party, so we'd always end up having to rely on one randomer, and he was hopeless. We'd get so close each time, but the randomer would either die or leave the game. Black Ops Zombies was one of the first games I got heavily invested in the lore of, but that was until I saw a picture of a white-eyed man. Minecraft was the first game I played on PC. Well, a laptop that sounded like a jet engine. It was simple, but yet so tough. How do I break stone faster? how do I craft stuff? But playing at 15 FPS and punching dirt had never been so much fun. At the beginning, I didn't know what to do, then all of a sudden it became night. There was weird sounds and monsters trying to kill me, so I did what any strong alpha male would do. I dug down into the ground and hid in 2 blocks of dirt. How the hell could such a cartoon game be so scary? Despite playing on peaceful mode, I loved everything about this game, and I used to spend hours watching YouTubers like Yogscast, Captain Sparkles and Dan TDM. While Minecraft is still fundamentally the same game today, there is something about these old beta screenshots that reminds me of how much I loved this game. Looking back at these games and memories I made on them, is like a drug. The nostalgia I get from watching or replaying old games is so addicting, and game developers are aware of this. You see, video games, Netflix, and your disappointed parents all have one common goal: your time. They want your time and attention, and as a result of getting your time and attention, they make more money. Well, maybe not your parents. The longer you spend on TikTok, the more ads they serve you. Same for YouTube, Netflix, and games. And what's the best way of guaranteeing your time on these platforms every single day? Addiction. YouTube, for example, is very addicting. Every thumbnail and video is designed to make you click and keep you watching for long periods of time. And what happens when you're done? YouTube recommends you another video that their algorithm has specifically tailor-picked for you to keep you watching. Every platform or form of entertainment nowadays is built the same way. They want you to spend your time on their product/service. Normally, for games of the past, this wasn't really the case. As long as you bought the game up front, the company kind of made their money. But now we have live service games. These games compete for your attention. They implement battle passes, events, and new items in their daily item shops. This is not only to keep you playing, but to keep you spending as well. Nostalgia is another technique used to keep your attention. Bringing back old stories or characters that you love is a very safe bet that you will spend your time and or money on it. Ever since the invention of entertainment, nostalgia has always been profitable. A ton of movies, books and songs have all been remixed, rewritten, remade or expanded on. Gaming is now in a similar situation. It has been around for about 60 years now, and you have a large pool of popular characters, games and stories. And when you're a studio who's been given millions of dollars and are under pressure of getting a good ROI on this money, are you going to sit down and brainstorm ideas for new games and characters? Are you going to take risks with stories and characters that are out there and don't follow the norms? Or, if you're Nintendo, would you just ring up the Italian?
Where's the Italian?
Well yes, new stories and characters are not only necessary, but they can become incredibly successful. But they are harder to market at the beginning. Let's be honest, from the get-go, you're going to get more excited to see Mario star in a new adventure than a brand new character. You already have fond memories of Mario, and this new character isn't even established. You know nothing about them. Why would you care about their new adventure? For a company, bringing back old content is kind of a no-brainer. They don't have to create a new and interesting story or re-establish characters. They can literally just pick fan-favourite games that they know that their audience likes, give them a new lick of paint and sell them to us for £60. It's a low-risk, high-reward investment. Hell, even YouTubers do it. Are you going to be out there with your videos, pour hours upon hours into making them for them all to maybe fail? Or will you just follow trends and ideas that have already been trialled and tested and are more likely to do well? A recent example of bringing back old content came up while writing the script. Microsoft fixed the old Call of Duty servers. This allows us to go back and play those 10-year-old COD games that we all know and love. This is a result of the Microsoft-Activision merger, but it's such a brilliant idea. It allows us to go back and relive our favourite games with our friends, and the best part? There is no catch, microtransactions or paywalls to prevent you playing these games, so you don't have to worry about seeing Powerpuff Girl skins when you load up these games. All you need is a copy of the game and an Xbox. And to make it even better, Microsoft are selling all these old titles at a discounted price. In my opinion, this is how you correctly monetize nostalgia. Too many companies nowadays are just rehashing old content just to ram it with dopey skins and battle passes. Microsoft did it right. They gave us the opportunity to replay these old games without adding in pointless microtransactions. And to that, I say well done, Microsoft. Every company is different. Fortnite, for example, brings our childhood characters into their world and sells them to you for £20. These characters don't need to be written into the game, and in fact they don't take away from the game. Fortnite's cartoon-like design allows for collaborations like this, which is great because the silly characters and events kinda make this game stand out. Like, come on, we had an in-game Travis Scott concert, but it doesn't always work. Like, for example, when you add Snoop Dogg into a World War II shooter, this collaboration doesn't really make sense and honestly just feels more like a cash grab. The only downside to Fortnite's business model is that it sometimes feels like a massive ad for the next Disney movie. Then you have remakes like Call of Duty's recent strategy. They chose to reimagine their most popular series, Modern Warfare. Instead of reselling their Modern Warfare series with a new lick of paint, Call of Duty decided to take our fan favourite characters and put them in a new universe so they can undergo a new story without having to worry about continuity or ruining the original trilogy. And honestly, it worked really well. Modern Warfare 2019 was a great game. It was a reimagined fan favourite COD, and the pandemic meant that all your friends were probably free to play. It was a perfect storm. It was like we were back at school. You had nowhere to be and a brand new Call of Duty to play. I really like this reimagining approach, as it didn't feel lazy. More often than not, reimagining / remaking a game can really modernise a game without taking away from the original. And finally, you have games that get remastered, like GTA the Definitive Editions or the Destroy All Humans remasters. This is where companies basically take their old classics, clean up the graphics, lighting and game mechanics and sell it back to the public. Each studio will do things slightly differently, with some recreating everything from textures to assets, and others will just use AI to lazily upscale everything.
What the hell is even that?
But I really do believe that you can monetize nostalgia correctly. From these examples, we know that monetizing nostalgia isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there is a right way and a wrong way. It's easy to determine what the wrong way is. The greedy way, the cash grab way, whatever way you want to word it. We do not like studios weaponizing our nostalgia to earn a quick buck. In fact, there is nothing worse than getting excited about a game you used to play for hours unending for it to be lazily remastered. If you quickly upscale the graphics and rush a game out before Christmas, I would argue that this was the wrong way to monetize our nostalgia. As you know, I absolutely adore the GTA series. I remember in October 2021 watching the Definitive Edition trailer and feeling skeptical. I had heard rumours that Rockstar were remastering their trilogy, but I didn't really believe it. I thought there would have been more hype from the beginning. Everything about the remastered bundle just felt wrong. How could they have done all 3 games in such a short time frame? Why are they DMCAing modders who kept their masterpieces alive? How is this game going to be released just 1 month after the trailer? And why aren't they sending out review copies? It all just felt too good to be true, and unfortunately it was. These remasters weren't completely terrible, I guess, but they really were not good. They lacked soul and effort, and it honestly hurt me that Rockstar, my favourite games company, the company I classed as the gold standard, would rush something so important out the door for money. But thankfully, not all remasters are done like this. There is a right way to do it. Handling classic games with care is how you do it correctly. You need to realise, if you mess up your fan base's favourite games, they will not be happy. Black Forest did an incredible job at remastering the Destroy All Humans series. They took their time, they had a larger team working on each game, and they released each remaster individually. They took the original content like the voice lines, story and humour and rebuilt the game around it. They created great cutscenes, introduced motion capture, introduced new game mechanics, and rebuilt assets and character models. Whilst I haven't played the Mafia games, the Mafia Definitive Edition is supposed to be amazing. Like Black Forest, they rebuilt the game from the ground up while sticking true to the originals. They created new textures, assets, and apparently even expanded on the story. Fans absolutely loved it. The best remake I have ever played. This is how you monetize nostalgia correctly. We, the audience, get a great nostalgia product and you get your hard-earned cash. I am not against companies using nostalgia to make money. After all, they need money to keep giving us incredible content. But using nostalgia is kind of a double-edged sword. Remastering games can be an incredible way to modernize classic games, but they can also tarnish its legacy. But as always, it's up to the company who own all our favourite games. It's up to them to do it the right way. Thanks for watching, and why not check out another nostalgia video on gaming in the 2010s, or my video on the GTA remasters.